listening say they were talking about you.
So, do 5 more with us, Gerald. Some overdrive to put bookends on it. See you tonight, Nightly News 7, folks. For others, Infowars.com/show. Support our local affiliates. Spread the word.
Genesis Communications Radio Network.
From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Fix bayonets. We are now entering overdrive with your host, Alex Jones, broadcasting live from the front lines. If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Final segment with Gerald Celente, trendsresearch.com. His new Trends Journal coming out now. Paul Watson said being offended by a white Christmas song, in fact, I meant to play that. Let's play that tomorrow. I saw that last week. Is like thinking the Rolling Stones painted black is a call for black on white genocide. Insanity. Paul Watson tweeted. The article's by Adon Salazar, Texas lawmakers and schools. Yes, it's legal to say Merry Christmas. First, they said don't have an official holiday at Christmas at the school. Then they told kids don't give out Christmas cards. Well, you have a right to give out any card you want as long as it's not profanity. This is the totalitarianism. What do you see in this attempt to create hyper-political correctness in the future, Gerald Celente?
Well, what it's doing is it keeps robbing us of more and more of our rights. So that's where we're at. And that's where we're going. So, I mean, what's political correctness? Let's make this straight. There's nothing correct about anything political. These are a bunch of sellouts who are trying to run and ruin our lives. It's the system. And when are people going to stop letting the people in the system run and destroy their lives? Because you can name the heads of the system. And how could anybody with any self-respect or dignity believe what they say?
And how can the First Lady tell our kids what to eat? And how can the so-called liberals tell us we can't have Christmas trees? They can go to hell.
I agree.
I mean, who are they to tell us? Who are they when the real discrimination is all of us being signed on to the derivatives? I'm sure you saw the new bill they have to sign us all on to the derivatives as taxpayers.
I did. And also, to me, it's no big deal because with or without the bill, they're still going to steal our dough because it goes back to the top trends. One of them is bankism. It's not capitalism. It's a takeover. When are people going to call it what it is? So it's on every level. I want to show you something, Alex. When people talk about Russia, as I mentioned, we had a conference here this past weekend. This was given to me by one of the attendees. It's a famous graph of Napoleon's march to Russia. You can see the big line going into Russia. How many people he had? The 400 and something thousand, I believe it was. Yes?
And you can see how many came out.
422,000. You know how many came back? 10,000. 10,000. Hitler launched the greatest offensive of any time in history against Russia. They lost. Do you think the guys, this NATO group, they can't beat a bunch of lightly armed people in Afghanistan? can't win in Iraq are going to defeat the Russians. They're out of their minds. If Napoleon couldn't do it, if Hitler couldn't do it, you think Obama's going to do it? Maybe he'll do it between a game of golf and basketball.
Very well said. It is. That's the thing. I don't know if the hubris makes him strong or weak, but I know it makes him dangerous. That, like you said, a bunch of white shoe boys from Harvard. I've had top PhDs like Dr. Boyle and others on who went to the secret PhD programs there, and he says it is a Harvard mafia. If you want to blame one group, it's a Harvard mafia of pinheads.
Yep. Well, here's my line. 6 words have killed America. Harvard, Princeton, Yale, bullets, bombs, and banks. Go back to Princeton. Who was the guy that destroyed this nation probably more than anybody since the latest crew was Woodrow Wilson.
Look at Larry Summers.
Oh, yeah. Well, Woodrow Wilson brought us into World War I. That wasn't America. And the war was almost over. He's the guy that brought us the Federal Reserve. He's the guy that brought us income tax. Harvard, Princeton, Yale. Bill Clinton, the Yale boys. It's a gang. That's who they are.
Absolutely. Hey, we're going to talk to you before the year ends. Thank you for the time. Gerald Celente, get your Trends Research Journal now. Thank you, Gerald.
Thank you.
The experts at Web.com want to build your business a successful website for free, just like we did for these current Web.com customers.
We've used and looked at other website designers, but there's nobody better than Web.com.
Web.com can build your website in as little as 7 days free. Plus, we'll promote it on all the major search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. If after 30 days you're happy, we'll continue to provide promotion, hosting, support.
FullyBodyArmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.